Okay, list exercises 3. Here we are. So the first exercise, append and concatenate. And I want to know the difference between appending to a list and concatenation. And we'll do this by experimentation. You could concatenate lists by just putting the plus sign between them, or you can combine them by appending one list to the other. What's the difference? Well, do a little experiment yourself. Create two lists, and then do these two different things and see what happens. And I'll show you my little experiment. Okay, stop the video, do your thing, come back. Okay, you're back. I assume you did your thing. So I created a list. List 1 is 1, 2, 3. List 2 is 4, 5, 6. And list 3 with concatenation is list 1 plus list 2. And I print list 3 concatenation, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I said list 1 dot append list 2, and that'll of course change list 1, and then I print the new version of list 1. And what do I get? Well, I get 1, 2, 3, and then instead of just 4, 5, 6, it's in the fourth position in this list. There is a new list, 4, 5, 6, which was list 2. Okay? So you see what happened. Here I got a list with all of the elements of the original two lists. Here I got a list in which the second list just became the fourth element of the first list. Why didn't I store the result of appending in a new list? Try and see. Okay, try that, then come back and take a look at what happens. Okay, you're back. I assume you tried that. L3A is L1 plus append of L2. Print L3A. It's none because, as you've seen before, append is void. It does not return anything. Okay? But it will change L1. This will actually happen. But it doesn't return a value. Okay, next exercise. If a list contains another list, what does the len function return? Does it add up the len values of the component lists? That's a good question. Well, try it and see. Oh, yeah, I assume you've stopped the video. Please come back when you're done. You're back. I assume you're done. Okay, let's take a look. Print L1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could kind of think maybe it's 6 things long, because this is 3 and then there's another 3 here. But if I print the length of L1, what I get is 4. And this, as far as the list is concerned, this is only one thing. And this is a point that a list can have objects of any complexity within it. This list could have contained lists, could have had a garbage can full of water, I don't know, anything. Put anything you want in a list. It's very flexible. Let's go on to the next exercise. Write a function undupe of L. The parameter L is a list, and it returns an unduplicated list. In the result, there is one instance of every item in the input list. Okay, this will take you a few minutes, so stop the video, maybe make yourself a cup of coffee first and do the work, and then come back and take a look at my answer. Okay? All right, you're back. So I assume you've done the work, and here it is. Undupe with the parameter L. I start off by saying res, the result is an empty list. And then for every item I find in the input list, if that item is not in res, then I append that item to res. Okay, so I only do this in the case where the thing that I'm looking at is not already in res. Then I return res. Test it. My list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 5, 5. Un-L is undupe of my list, and print L, and I just get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Note that the extra things have been removed. Okay, let's go on to the next exercise. Write a function numRes of NL. Single parameter is a list of numbers. Returns a list of numbers. The first item in the output list is the count of numbers in the input. The second number is the sum, and the third number is the mean. And this is basically exercises all of our accumulation patterns that you saw in Severance's video on, what was it on? It was on for loops. Yeah, for loops. Okay, so do your work. Come back when you're done. Take a look at my solution. Okay, you're back. I assume you're ready to take a look at my solution. So here's the function numRes. NL, numeric list. Sum is 0. Then for every n in NL, I add n to sum, and then at the end, after I'm done with the loop, I calculate the mean. The mean is the sum of len of NL. Notice that I didn't count items in the list. I didn't need to because I have the len function. Okay, so what I return is a list. I don't have to return just a simple thing. I can return as complicated thing as I want. So I return a list, and the first item of the list is the length of NL. The second item is the sum of the items in NL, and the third item in the list is the mean of the items in NL. So my list is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Print numRes of my list, 5. There were 5 items. 15, if you add them all up, you get 15. And the average value, the mean, is 3. Okay. Fairly routine work. So let's go on to the next exercise. Okay, for this one, I want to sort of unravel nested lists and look at and see how to get the how to point to particular values in a nested list. So create a list X list. The first item in the list is the number 1. The second item in the list is a list. And the second item is the list consisting of the string A, the string B, and then a list consisting of the string X and the string Y. Print your list to make sure it's okay. So here it is. X list is 1, AB, and XY. Print X list. Yep, we got it. Okay. There are different ways you could have done this in code. So let's go on to the next exercise. Write code which gets the number 1 from this list and prints it. That's the easy exercise. That's almost kind of a warm-up. 1 is the first thing in the list, so how do you get it? Well, go ahead, do your stop the video, do your work, come back. Okay, you're back. Let's take a look. There is X list, and to get the 1 is simply X list of 0, because lists indexing starts with 0. We got what we wanted. Okay. Next exercise. Write code which gets the letter B from this list and prints it. Stop the video, do your work, come back when you're done. You're back. I assume you've done your work. Let's take a look. So the letter B is right here. It's inside the second element in the X list, and it is the second element in the second element. So the way we get it, refer to it, X list of 1, and then the 1 element, the element with the index 1 within that list. So it's the second element in the second element in the list, B. Okay? Pause for a minute, take a look at that, make sure you understand why this works and how you say such a thing. Okay. Write code which gets the letter Y from this list and prints it. Okay, think about where Y is. It's within a list which is within a list. So, of course, stop the video, do your work, come back. You're back. Okay. Let's look at it. The way to get to the letter B, it's xlist 1 gets you this. The 2 within that gets you this. And the 1 within that gets you this. Okay? So that's the end of this little series of exercises with lists.